Hello. I'd like to cover the menu system on the IDS website builder. The menu is, as we know, the module on the top of the page. It doesn't always have to show all the pages. Some of the pages are referenced by links in the body of the content. But here is normally the main pages of how you want people to navigate. And the unwritten rule, I suppose, is you want to create a funnel from left to right. So you want people to land on the home page more or less and then move towards the contact page to contact you. And then that is the funnel effect where you are trying to create conversions and contact. Once you click on the menu, as you see there, I've clicked it for a second time. So let's just do that. When you click on the menu and you click on it, if you are, say, selecting somewhere else and you click on it once, it'll bring up its own properties menu, which will also be shown on the side. So here you see the normal menus from the normal properties from size to advanced. The menu has its own two properties, menu and menu items. Under menu, you'll see here edit menu and new menu items, but it'll also be there. It's the same. It's just accessed in a different place. So you click it once, bring up the properties, and if you click it again, it will then actually go to the page that you're clicking on. If you double click on the menu, you'll bring up the properties, which is the same as this menu item over here. You can also access the different pages using this drop down at the top. If for some reason this gets deleted, you can still access the different pages here. So if I wanted to go to the home page there it's going, landing it back on the home page. We can edit from over here. So if you click on the edit, we see the different pages. When you hover over them, you get a little cross next to it where you can actually delete the page. Remember, it's deleting the page. So if you had to go and click this here, the page will go. You can also drag these around. So if you want, you click and hold. It'll show you with a line where it is. You can move it onto an item like this, where it will then become a sub menu, or if you grab it and this little line goes between the items, then it'll be you're just moving the menu around. So we can bring this back and place it there, and then you can't actually bring it right to the bottom, so you actually have to take this item and move it back up if you want to go back to the bottom. And when you click on the different menu items, it gives you some information on the side here. You'll see here this is home page, and it's grayed out because it is selected. But if I wanted to make the About Us page the home page, so when you open up your website with this primary domain, it will land at the moment on the home page. And if you wanted to land on the About Us page, and if you apply this, and we come back to the edit, and we go to the About Us page, you'll see it's grayed out. And if you go back to the home page, it's accessible again. But we really wanted, it's just how you can make any page the landing page. Okay, so let's just select the home page again, and we go back to edit. There are other options here, such as do not index page, which is just a request for search engines like Google to say do not index the page, do not put it on their search engine. We can change the name of the page. We've got some search engine optimizing items we can add here: the title, description, keywords. We can add an image here, which we will see on Twitter and so on a few other pages, Facebook and so on. We can give it another URL. In other words, you can give it another link name. Here you can change the background color of the entire page. So if you're in the builder itself, you've just got your different sections like your header and your body and so on. You can change the backgrounds for that. But if you want to change the background for the entire page, you don't want it to be white, but you want just to set it in one place, you can do it here. Under scripts, this is just giving you a place where you want to, if you want to put some information in there, in the header, in the body, and so forth, in different places on the page. This is typically done, where you want to just put in code for analytics and so forth. Although there is analytics places in other areas, but sometimes there is some code that you want to put in here. And if you need to, you can use it. Most times you won't. These menu items, it's pretty much the same for each page. So I won't run through each page here. If you want to add a page, we can do so by just clicking to create a page there, and let's just call this products there. We can create a page or a pop-up. We'll do a pop-up just now. What's nice is when you create a page, basically it's just making it, it'll ask you which page do you want to copy. So when you design a website, typically you've got your home page design, and then you've got the other pages designs, like the header and the footer of the other pages are generally the same, and the home page header might be more flashier or whatever. So once you've done the home page and About Us page, and then you've got that set up, then you want to create, say, a contact page or a product page, and you want to use, say, the About Us page setup, then you will then just go here and say, okay, I want to use the About Us page, contact that. But what's also nice is that you can clear certain parts of that page. For example, I don't want any content, I just want the header and the footer. The content is what I still want to place in there. Just bring in the header and footer across, and you can do that. So that's really a nice facility. Also, you can create a pop-up here, which just a pop-up is just when you click a link, something pops up, and it's just like a little window on top of the page. Just one thing to remember: when you create a pop-up in this top menu, the link will not be seen in the menu itself, which is most times correct. If you create a pop-up and you do it in this menu here, it will add it and you will see the actual pop-up link here. So in this case, let's go here, and I just want to show you we create new page, we create a pop-up. Let's just call it, say, pop1. Let's just take this size to, I've just got a pop-up in mind, so I'm just going to change it to, I think, what the size is. And we say OK. So just to be sure, let's apply. Okay, so now for the pop-up, let's go to that pop-up page. So this is where we will design the pop-up. And let's go here, let's go there. Okay, it's right on the welcome. Okay, so this is what we want in the pop-up. I'm just want to delete this block at the bottom here. It seems to be included in there. Okay, so let's go back to the home page. We create a link on the home page to the pop-up, and then we just go and preview and we can see it. Okay, so I brought a button in there earlier on. Which all I did was just click and drag it in there, and then we just find the link, and we say we want a link to a pop-up, and because we only got one pop-up there it is, so it's already selected. We can apply it. Okay, let's preview that. We go to the link, and there we are. There's your pop-up. All right, that's quite cool. All right, back to the menu. We can have different configurations. We can have the vertical or horizontal, and then we can style the menu. So this is the main menu there. We can style it. We can have a background, a border, and we can align it. And then a sub menu, which is the one which will come underneath that if we have one, and that's how we do it there. And we can also style the mobile menu. The mobile menu is the one that looks like that, which we call the hamburger. That menu, we style it over there. We give it a background color, and we align it, and we can also tell it not to collapse on mobile. So in other words, we can say when we go to mobile, it won't use the mobile menu. If we look at the menu items, so here we change the font of the menu itself, the size of the letters. We can change the case, spacing, and also we can change the menu font size based on a percentage. In other words, we can have a font size of 16 on desktop, and if I had to put, say, 50% in on mobile, then that would be equivalent to 8 pixels, 50% of that value. Spacing, this is the spacing around the menu. Here it's showing where we can use padding and a margins on the outside, paddings on the inside. So we can then give it a bit of space. We can also change that size according to the size of the screen size. In other words, we can change the padding and margin around the menu based on the screen size. We can animate it. So we can say, okay, we want the menu to fade in, like that, fade in. We can make it a long fade in. So just as it lands, it will fade in. But you can also make it so that once you hover over the menu, we can zoom, pulse, buzz, and all these different things, all different animations. So when you hover over it, it will move slightly or however you want to do it. It's not necessary. Sometimes just a subtle animation is nice. The rest of these items are pretty much the same for each module. The size, if you want the size of this particular item, if you want to pull it right across or however you want to do it. Spacing, we can also do the spacing here. This will be the spacing around the outside. You can see there's no padding because the padding is done at the top. We can also animate from here, and we can also add some advanced items which you don't need to go into right now. What you can do is not recommended, but what you can do is if you've got the template and we say, well, look, we really don't like this menu, we can remove it. You can still access the pages here, and then you can drag in your menu over here again and say, well, I want a different style, and we can make sure that we've got the settings are right for the home page, apply, and there we are again. So if I click this and I click it again, and because we made a change, it's asking to save, you can see we are going to the About Us page quite successfully with the new menu. I would recommend that you just make sure that you do a backup before changing a menu. I have had problems in the past, but I think the new version, they've really sorted this out nicely. It's working well. Of course, just remember when you do your menu to make sure that it works well on the different screen sizes and that everything is fine on dynamically. That's very important. I think that covers the menu. I mean, you can have more than one menu. If you want to have a menu at the bottom of the page, you can pull that in there as well. You don't always just have to have it at the top. You can put it anywhere else. And as I said, you can have a number of menu items, different styled menu items around your website. And that's all about the menu. Thank you.